What's the fastest way you've seen someone going broke? Definitely gambling. When I lived in Vegas, it was seriously depressing going to some of the off-strip casinos like Sam's Town and seeing elderly, on oxygen, smoking cigs, glued to the chair of the slots all day. My dad lost all his life savings into slots machine. I heard this secondhand, so take it what you will. A friend of a friend had his father die and his family divided out the inheritance of $300,000. This was divided between the son, daughter, and wife. So each got $100,000-ish. The home they all lived in was almost paid off, like $3,000 left on the mortgage. All three pissed away their inheritance, and they missed the house payments and their home got foreclosed on. The son was found dead in an abandoned motel. Died from an overdose. It was the last overdose at that building, as the city condemned the building and tore it down afterwards. The span of this entire story was less than a year. Drug addiction. I've known a few people that thought it was a short-term thing they could just move on from. Most of them very quickly ended up with nothing. My daughter received $200K from an accident she had when she was 19. She spent every single penny in less than a year. Of course, people leeched onto her and she bought relationships. She is addicted to fentanyl now, has cut me out of her life, and is homeless. That's her story. I wish it was different, but it's not. Had a buddy at Fort Gordon who spent almost his entire paycheck on a back tattoo. Every month for maybe 6 months. He couldn't afford to go out and do anything, and I actually paid for him to come to my own birthday dinner. It was an absolutely epic dragon tattoo though. I had a roommate who had to move out because he got drunk and blew all his money at a strip club skull. Guy at my work invested in a Beanie Babies store back when it was the craze. Another coworker fell for some internet scammer who strung him on for months. Another coworker dropped $80,000 cash on a sports car. Didn't insure it properly because he couldn't afford the insurance. Then promptly totaled it. Another coworker bought a real Rolex for $6,000. It wasn't real. Got lots more. Lost 27 BTC online gambling in a weekend skull. Marrying an idiot and then investing everything into a business for them. I used to be a barfly. The amount of people I saw throwing their entire paycheck away to Keno machines was insanity to me. Gambling addiction is serious. My best friend lost everything. Young guy my family knew lost his parents in an automobile accident due to someone's negligence. He inherited money from his parents, enough to be comfortable in retirement if he did the smart thing. Won even more in a subsequent lawsuit. He did not do the smart thing. Bought a large house, several sports cars, let everyone know he had money. Was apparently a non-stop party. Always had women coming through as he had a pool. Didn't invest any money in anything other than the house, which was far too big for one person. At any rate, took him 3 years to blow through money that could have lasted 60. As soon as the money dried up, so did his friends. Not entirely certain where the guy is now. Crypto. I had a friend who kept telling us all how much money he was going to make on one of them. I want to say Doggy Coin, but I don't think that's quite the name. Shit collapsed and he lost his life savings. We had a local businessman whose Phil died and left his wife and him $200 million following the sale of FIL's very successful business. He pissed it away over the course of a decade with bad decisions on businesses and property purchases. He and his wife wound up insolvent and living in a 1,200 square foot rental house in a tract home neighborhood. The sad part was that he sent his daughter into court on proceedings like judgment debtor exams, rather than taking personal responsibility for the bad decisions he had made. I knew a guy many years ago who snorted his construction company up his nose in a very short time. We attended an award ceremony in Tahoe where they gave them their sales bonus checks. I watched 30 people blow checks in excess of $25,000 within just a few hours. Knew somebody who opened 2 restaurants in a city they don't live in. Not only that, but one of the biggest cities in the world. One was a bakery, and one was a place that specialized in dumplings. It was just the stupidest thing I've ever witnessed, and he dragged a high school friend into his sinkhole. A large part of the reason he did this was because of some sibling rivalry BS he had. His brother was contemplating opening a small sandwich shop, and it drove Idiot Boy insane that he may become more successful. People are stupid sometimes. Wall Street bets. Making super risky investments with money they don't have. Watched a friend turn $40 into $600 and then $600 into $0. Why don't people quit when they're ahead?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.